don't know where the troops at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
Chief Concerns is presented by BetOnline and Olipop. Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year. It's football season, and you know what that means? It means it's time to get in on BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our 150 slot games. Head to the website today and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. Come on, baby. Go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cash and Props with Dunn and Dash. I'm Marcus Dash, and soon we're going to go into the dungeon for JD's 10 keys to victory for this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. JD's going to be in attendance at that game, so after he does his keys to victory, he's heading out straight to the game, baby. So we're all ready to go for this weekend, but hope everyone's doing well. I just want to give a reminder to you guys, whoever's in the chat, if you're first-time viewers, some of our normal viewers, help us spread the word. We talked about the other day as far as getting our podcast out there, to get more people seeing it, tuning in with it. Just go to Apple Podcast. The link is in the description. And give us a 5-star review. That really goes a long way to helping us. So definitely hit that up. But without further ado, enough of me. We're going to go to our guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Dunn, who's coming to us live from the dungeon for his 10 keys to victory for week 9. Enjoy, everybody.
What's going on? Hey, listen, we back in the house. We are back in the house, and we're going over keys to victory. Look, ever since I've been talking about keys to victory, the things I've been putting up on the board, the things that we need to do, how we beat teams, it's all come to fruition. It always comes to fruition. Now, look, these guys are not going to be a slouch coming in from Tampa Bay. Okay, we can understand Baker Mayfield is coming in, okay, and his crew from down there, Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield has been all around the league and in different places. Got kicked out of Cleveland, went to the Carolina, went to the Rams. He's been a little bit everywhere. But it seemed like he's found a home. But guess what? Hey, he's coming to our house, baby. He is coming to Chiefs Kingdom, Arrowhead Stadium. And we can't wait. We're going to give him a great welcome. So what? We're going to start off, okay, talking about the key to victory offensively, how we go ahead and defeat the Buccaneers from down there in Tampa Bay. Got something good for them. Check it out. Get into it. Number one, we're going to talk about, okay, we must get our wide receivers and tight ends involved early and often. Now, we got a great guy here named DeAndre Hopkins. See, everybody seen a little bit of him last week. Catch a couple of balls for us, caught a nice third down completion for us, caught one on the sideline looking silky smooth, looking like a DeAndre Hopkins of old, if you will. You know, Rob Parker was talking about they getting guys from Goodwill. Why don't they go shop around and get somebody from Saks Fifth Avenue? Well, I'm going to tell you what. Even at Goodwill, you'll find masterpieces. Even at Goodwill, you'll find things that are like Van Goghs there. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Guess what we did? We went and plucked us a Van Gogh, Rob. That's what we got from Tennessee. My man, DeAndre Hopkins. We got to get him involved early. Not only him, but number one, Xavier Worthy, a fast, fleeting road runner guy from down there in Texas. We got to get him involved. Number 87 been playing at a high level. Travis Kelce, he's been doing it. He thought he was going away. He said he's too old. Oh, he's got out of shape. He doesn't look like he has a tight end body anymore. Taylor Swift has been, she's been holding it down. Well, we know none of that stuff is true. None of it's true. So 87 been over there knocking him over the head. 83, talking about Noah Grace coming in, is going to do some damage as well. Look to get Nicole Hartman, all those guys, Justin Watson, get those guys involved early and often. Okay, we got to go number two. Number two, let's talk about this. Better, more physical game from the O-line. We got to be more physical up front. No question about it. No question about it. We got to the point last week where we weren't as physical where we should have been up front. Then everybody started doubting. No, okay, well, can the Chiefs actually run the football? Kareem Hunt's only averaging 2-point-something yards a carry and all that yada, all that craziness, okay? But our guys up front, they know it's going to be on their back. They didn't have a great one last week, and they understand that. Wanye Morris, okay? Everybody talking about getting the tackle here. What we going to do about tackle? JD, what we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what. Andy told you what we're going to do. We're going to leave Wanye Morris in there. And I support him in there 100%. I trust Wanye Morris. I do. And so we're going to ride with him. Just make sure, Wanye, you get your job done, baby. Okay? Redeem yourself. This is the week to do it. Redeem yourself. First thing you do, first guy you hit, you make sure you take that joker, put him over the pile, bend that sucker up, okay? Like it's a bad habit. That's what we got to do. Play more physical in the game. Number three, that's going to go into what number 3 is. Let's feed our running backs need over 100 yards rushing. Kareem Hunt needs to eat. Let's not look. Kareem Hunt's been here these past few games, and he's given everything he's got. Everything's been on his back. Everything's been on his shoulders. That man's been running hard. He's been doing it for us. We need to let this man eat this week. That's what we need to do. I talked about giving a smorgasbord. I talked about feeding him a little bit of barbecue. I told him all those different things. Well, guess what? We bring him Tampa Bay up here. We're going to get a piece of him. Okay? Kareem Hunt, take as much as you want. Take as much as you want. The guys up front, they're going to make sure they have it for you. Okay? They're going to open up the holes and doors, all the things for you need to eat. Okay? That's how we're going to make it happen. Kareem Hunt, Steele, P-Ron, those guys need to eat. We need over 100 yards. We're looking for it over 100 yards. That's how it's going to get done. Number four, score over 30 points at home. Great week to do it. I have it scoring 34 points. It's going to be at GHA Field, Arrowhead Stadium. Okay? I'm looking for everything to be electric. They said might be a little rain out there. That's what they said. And it could be. I don't know if it's going to be some rain or not. If it is, it don't matter. Guess what? We make our running game propel. Get it going. That's what we want to be able to do. We get over the 100 yards. But we can't score over 30 points. Why? Because we got Mitts out there and DeAndre Hopkins. We got Travis Kelce, the one right there in the middle, ruling everything in the middle. He's going to take it over. Okay? Let's make sure we score over 30 points. I want to see it against this team. Okay? Beat a team like them, we should score over 30 points. And number five, no turnovers. Can y'all see that? Let me get down here so y'all can see that one. Okay? No turnovers. It's going to be the best game for PM15. Now, I said this before. This is our livelihood right here. When we have this in our hands, this right here is our lifeline. we breathe on this. Right here, we can't give this thing up. We've been doing too much of it. We didn't have that tip ball at the line of scrimmage last week. It'd have been no turnovers. Still look like he's got that out of his system. Pat, I think he's really got that in his system. He's been focusing on making sure to get the ball pushed down the field, okay? No turnovers, but I'm looking for PM15 to have his best game yet. I'm looking for him to have his best game yet. Look, they've been playing PM15. Patrick Mahomes like a sucker, okay? When I'm looking at, they have him somewhere in the top 10, like number 9. I almost pulled my dreads out. I couldn't even believe they put him down that low. I just couldn't believe it. You know, they couldn't wait to, Patrick Mahomes ain't the same guy. Oh, he's terrible. He's just doing what he possibly can. He may not be that good. Hey, crazy talk. Crazy talk. We know what it is. Every single person that's sitting there saying that would love to have Patrick Mahomes on their team. That's exactly what they would want to do. If that man came available, hey, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, whoever you want, gone. I promise you that. I promise you that. So that's what it has to be on the offensive side, man. Score 30 points. We got to make sure we hit these guys in the hat. Running game's got to get going. Get the wide receivers the ball early enough, okay? Now we're going to talk about the defensive side. Let's get to the defensive side. Woo-wee! Boy, let me see, man. I'm over excited. Our defense, man, been playing lights out football. They really have, okay? And we have some questions. We got a man on the field. The Chiefs went and got started. Brent Beach has been doing an amazing job going and plucking jokers off teams, okay? Almost like it's been a rescue plan. Come and rescue me, please. Come get me. Well, guess what? We got a guy, okay? We got one. He was up there in New England and up there eating clam chowder. You don't like clam chowder. He didn't like that. Clam chowder gets a little too cold. He said, man, I got to get up out of there, please. I got to get up out of there. So, who was that? Who checked? Woo! Uh-oh. Get that off, okay? Talk about what we do defensively, okay? What do we do defensively against these guys? Now, we said it. One thing that we can do, Baker Mayfield and those guys are hamstring right now. They know they don't have anybody to throw to. Jalen McMillan, young guy, okay? He just doesn't have it in him. He can't really carry the team. He can't, okay? They got some other guys out there. Look. The cover's bad, coach. I don't know what you made to do. Cover's bad. Like I said, he's been bouncing around everywhere. We see what type of quarterback he is without having 2-star wide receivers. Now, you see what our guys like without having, I guess, 2-star wide receivers, okay? Night and day. Night and day. All right? So one thing that we have to do is, hey, we got to create turnovers. Hey, I tell you what, man. When an animal's wounded, you got to smell blood. They're a wounded animal right now down there at Tampa, and they know it. They're trying everything, duct tape, whatever, to try to keep themselves together. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, okay? We got to go out there and hit them hard. Make sure we create turnovers. Who's going to be this week? Who's going to get the great turnovers this week? Who's going to get the ball? Who's got the green hat? Who's going to do it? Create turnovers, number one. Number two, okay? Ooh, hey, this is easy right here. Get off the field on third downs. Get off the field on third downs. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? And my co-host Mark is going to love this, all right? One thing I give Baker, okay? He's a scrappy guy. He really is, right? You keep giving me shots, give me chances, he'll never just go away. He's just not going to do that, all right? He has that about him, all right? And I actually respect him about it, okay? So it means we can't give him more chances than he deserves. We can't. Because now that little sucker keep on coming. With that little headband he got on, come out there walking, trying to be on his toes, showing his chest and stuff out, man. Hit that joke in the mouth too, okay? See, that sucker pack it, all right? You think you're a big boy, we're going to show him, all right? You got your big boy draws on this week, mate? We're going to find out, okay? Let's get off the field on third downs. Now, how we get off the field on third downs? We must bring pressure. Woo-hoo-hoo! Let me put this up. Uche, bring pressure. Good to see you, Uche. Nice to see you, sir. Nice to bring you up here. Nice to meet you. Bring you up here and let you eat too. We talked about getting somebody to eat on the offensive side of the ball. Hey, in Kareem, now we sitting there talking about, hey, Uche, you coming out here, all right? This is your opening debut in Arrowhead Stadium. Hey, have a ball. Have a blast, all right? Go kick some tail, all right? That's what we need to do. We must bring pressure. So Uche don't get it, but let's go. King George had a great game last week. Go get you a couple more. Time for you to catch up with what you was last year, baby. Let's go get them, okay? We're going to make sure we run down that little dude back there who's been kicked out of every organization that he's been in, okay? But he's found a home, Marcus. He's found a home, all right? He's found a home. But that's okay. That's okay. Hey, number 4, we must stop the run. They got some big backs. They got some big backs back there, okay? We must stop the run. We got to. Bucky Irvin, okay? Rashad White, hey, they got some guys. Make no mistake about it. They big dudes too, okay? And they punish linebackers, safeties, corners, whoever they run against. We can't let them get to the second level. That's what we have to do. We got to stifle them like we did last week on the 4th down. Challenge them every chance we get. D-line, you got to play on their side of the field, on their side of the line of scrimmage. That's what you got to do, defensive line. You've been doing a hell of a job. One hell of a job, okay? This week, same thing. Shut them down. Bucky, Rashad, all of them, okay? We must stop the run this week. We got to do it. We've been doing it all year. This week is paramount. It's paramount. Number 5. Now, look, I said this last week. We didn't get it done. That's why it carries over to this week. The Chiefs need a shutout. The Chiefs need a shutout. It's time, gentlemen. It's time. No better time than the present. We understand it. There's no better time than the present. A team that is wounded like they are, we can make sure we shut this offense down. Okay? We get in Baker Mayfield's tail. We stop the run. He has nobody to throw the ball to. We could easily get a shutout against these guys. We can do it. We can do it. Thing is, we have it in us. It's time these guys represented making a shutout. Spags deserve it. The whole defense deserves it. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. Okay? How about we do it? So they're right there, man. It's like my 5 keys for victory. Oh, my fault. Offense. That's on defense. Defense keys. Now, we talk to you for a second. Okay? But talk to you. All the media, all the analysts, every single person from New England all the way to the West Coast, they don't believe the Chiefs is the best team in the NFL. All we've been hearing is all disrespect about this team's not good enough. They're the worst team that's undefeated ever. Rob Parker said we shop at Goodwill. I guess that's where they hold the Lombardis at then, Rob. Okay, if that's the case, that's where the Lombardis are, right? We've been purchasing them. Now, we've been earning that, buddy. We've been earning that. I'm tired of all the disrespect. I'm tired of all of it. We don't need to hear no more. We understand what we want to accomplish. And listen, those guys, they would love to go undefeated. They would. But that's not their driver. That's not what they're looking for. They ain't looking to go undefeated. All they're looking for is hoist another Lombardi up in the air. That's all they want to do. Hoist another Lombardi. That's their job. That's what they're trying to do. The hell with the undefeated season. Ain't nobody worried about that. All that matters is about the results at the very end. At the very end of all of it, you down in New Orleans, who's on the podium? It's the Chiefs. At the very end of the day, that's what we're here to do. So all y'all jokers coming out here with all that disrespect, the Chiefs ain't this, the Chiefs ain't that, all right? You're giving it to Lamar, you give it to, Detroit and all these other teams. None of them jokers got a record like we do. And we are still the best team in football. Sorry, I didn't tell you that, okay? And y'all know it too. Secretly, y'all do. Y'all just don't want to give the Chiefs they do. But guess what? We don't need it from y'all. We don't need that from you all. We earned it. We don't need y'all respect. We take it. That's what we do. So, those are the key to victory. Hey, good news. Your boy's actually catching the first pass of the game. So I'm coming out there. If y'all out there for the Chiefs game, your boy, holler at your boy. I'm going to be in town. I'm going to come check out a couple of, little barbecue spots, the tailgating. I want to get into some of that. If y'all know some place to go, send it over here in the little comments and stuff. I'll come check y'all out, okay? But the first pass of the game, just a little bit before the game starts, your boy's catching the first football, okay? So y'all come see me out there rocking. I'm going to catch the first ball. Hey, those guys, passing those guys, they're going to end it, all right? Hell of a time. We'll see y'all Monday night. See y'all later.
All right, another good keys to victory from our guy Jason Dunn. I mean, you could have said it any better. I know some people in the chat saying some of the running backs we've placed are better than the running backs that we're going to get against. But that's the thing, you never look down at an opponent that can sneak up on you, as JD has alluded to multiple times. Never underestimate the opponent. And I'll say this: you mentioned Rachaad White, you mentioned Bucky Irving. And they also have Sean Tucker, too, who also looked pretty dang good a couple weeks back. He was a pretty decently high pick for them out of Syracuse last year. That's it's a three-headed monster, man. That's, yes, we played better, but, you never underestimate the opponent. And especially, they're down Mike Evans. They're down Chris Godwin. You got to lean in on your run game. Kate On's not going to have 12 targets again. So, they're going to lean into that running game a little bit. And then I believe I've read they're going to grab with the hot hand. Whoever's hot in that moment, they're going to ride it with, whether it is Tucker, whether it is Rachaad White, whether it is Bucky Irving. All three are pretty talented guys, we'll say that. Bucky Irving actually wanted us to draft out of Oregon. They got him pretty late in the draft. But, yeah, I'm seeing some comments. Mike Brennan, if you like burnt ends, LC's is the spot. Okay, LC's, yeah. Burnt ends equals meat candy, Jean Clever. Yes, it is. You can just pop those things in there, man. Like popcorn chicken. You never know when to stop, to be quite honest with you. So I got to say, love what JD has to say. I props to what he said to Baker. JD's not the biggest Baker guy, but JD was right. It's the kind of guy you want to wound him. You want to keep him down and out because, he's going to keep fighting to the end of that game. Big Baker fan, loves him at Oklahoma. I love his moxie. I love the fact that the guy was a two-time walk-on. You gotta love that. And I'll say this too in this game. They're a high-octane offense. I know they're without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but I saw somebody mention that this could be a Big 12 kind of game for Patrick Mahomes. And when we do the bets, you guys will see that I have a little bit of that. I think there's going to be a little bit of that throwback Texas Tech Patrick Mahomes kind of game. In the bets tonight. I do think Pat's going to tear it up. I do believe that. So, it's one of the worst defenses in the league we're talking about here. We're talking about a team that, again, not underestimating the opponent. We talked about it in the show the other night, but Tampa Bay's 28th in opponents' points per game, 26.5 points per game against them. 30th in yards per game, allowing 387 yards. 29th in yards per play, 6 yards. and 27th in opponent touchdowns per game, which is 3. So, yeah, I will say that. So it's a bad defense, and I think Mahomes will have his way with them. I think Kareem Hunt will eat as well, although their run D is a little better than their pass D. But I think it's because teams aren't really running the ball against them. I think because they're just passing the ball all day against them. So really not having to run the ball. But they'll be tested either way with Kareem and our guy Pat. So, yeah. Okay, so JD, are you back? Are you ready, JD? I think he's getting situated back there. Okay. All right. JD, love what you had to say, man. Of course, I love the keys to victory every week, but really love what you had to say this week.
I appreciate it, man. Listen, I know you're a big Baker Mayfield fan. I know you are. Okay, so I wanted to be somewhat fair to him. Okay, but also too, the reality is, hey, this guy he struggled a little bit in the league. He has. I think he's gotten a little bit more of his mojo back. But I think all of that was predicated off the guys he had around him, too. That helps a whole lot, man, when you got a Chris Edwin, a guy winning those guys. I mean,
100%.
Geez. I mean, anybody could go back there and do a little bit with those type of guys. So,
yeah, and I'll say this about Baker. I know it's a Chiefs show, but we're playing against him this week. I will say this. Obviously, I love his attitude. Be a 2-time walk-on, going from this, JD. In the NFL, especially with quarterback, confidence is everything. A guy could have gone from Cleveland after, winning the first playoff game they've won in like 20 years. He wins it for them. He gets thrown out of town for Deshaun Watson, who, we've seen what he's looked like since Baker's gone. He goes to Carolina. Him and Darnold fight it out. They both get cut. He goes to the Rams, wins a Thursday night game after being there for 2 days. It kind of gains his confidence back. But he's talked about in podcasts before that he almost lost his confidence altogether. Going to the Rams is the best thing for him, being with McVay and his now offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen. So, yeah, I will say it is obviously Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, great. But Winston had those guys, and they weren't, they didn't even make the playoffs. They didn't even sniff the playoffs. So, but I will say this, so, he has the weapons, which are great, but it's also the play calling and trying to match what a guy does well. And I think we've talked about this before, that a lot of teams try to force a quarterback into their system, whereas, and we saw Andy adjust his system, kind of mixing air raid West Coasty with Mahomes, adapting to what that quarterback does best. And I think, he ended up in a good spot with Canales, and then right now with what Liam Cohen's doing with him in Tampa. So, I think a lot of times you see where, you're trying to fit a square to a circle peg. You can't really do it, but these offensive systems, they're becoming more progressive and trying to allow, try to fit their quarterbacks the best they possibly can. And I think Baker's a product of that, going from Stefanski to what he has now. And the weapons do help as well.
No, absolutely. And yeah, you're right. Systems do matter. And every guy is not made for every system. That's just the reality of it. So, sometimes you'll see guys struggle. And Baker seems to have found the nice spot that he needed to be in. He's been looking, and I'll check a couple of games out. He's been throwing some darts. He's been doing some good job. But like I said, man, when you got those two receivers up there, it's hard not to throw some darts to those guys. And you got a good running game behind you, too, that helps out. And so defense has got to play you honest. We know that. But we also understand that it not just Baker, but any quarterback. Spags like bringing pressure. And he likes coming after quarterbacks. And Baker's going to get all of that, man. He's going to see all of it. He's going to feel all the heat from Arrowhead Stadium. I don't know how hot it's going to be, what the weather's going to be like. I heard it's going to rain. I'm not even sure. So I don't even care if it's rain. I don't care if it's raining, cloudy, snowing. None of that matters to me, okay? All that matters is getting that dub. And I think this kind of goes to the point when I was talking toward the end, is a lot of people just don't want to give us our due. They just don't. Analysts and whatnot, they want to keep talking about how bad the Chiefs are and where they're going. Well, what are y'all going to do when Amenahu gets back, Juju gets back, Hollywood Brown may come back, Pacheco's going to get back. What y'all do when we get a full house? Then what? See, we've been sitting over there playing poker, man, having, pairs and and winning with that, Marcus, or hot cards. But now we get a full house. Okay? That's what we doing? flushes, it's now it's a different story. Okay. So if y'all try to catch us at our worst, this is our worst, and we ain't playing as well, and we still undefeated. When we get the whole crew back together, the whole game, it's all over. I don't even want to hear nothing else from anybody talking about what the Chiefs are and stuff like that. No, you want to ride it with us in. Okay. Don't try to give us our due now, because we got one of the most talented guys who without a doubt, feels like he's at the best place he's possibly be at, playing purposeful football from his own words in DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. And it means something. It means something to some guys. Okay. Same thing. Uche, come get you one. Come get you one. So,
JD, what you said you made a comment because you're going to be at the game Monday. You said you're cashing the first pass. Are you going to be out in the field? Explain that. What is that?
So the first pass is it's a charitable thing that they do from different organizations. Actually, this organization from the alumni was telling me from Native American the charity work is what's going to be done. And so they're going to be throwing the football around. I'm going to be coaching those guys up when it's throwing the football, and I'm going to be catching one of the passes. So I get to be on the field, wave to the crowd, and everybody gets to see me. So your boy JD is going to be out on the field, man, getting awesome. a little shine. I told her, I said, man, I ain't caught a pass in Arrowhead Stadium forever. But I'm ready. And hey, look, Marcus, if they need to suit me up, I'm ready for that too. Okay? Just let you know, JD's ready to come out for at least 5 downs, okay? We get there in the red zone, all right, 5-yard line, put him on in, baby.
What are your over-under numbers, JD? What are your over-under numbers? That's all I want to know. we got a 1.5 catches?
Well, look, I'll say this. How about scoring with my man? 5 on 5. Okay, how about that? All right? Scoring my man. So I might sneak out. If you see me sneak in, because Jody ain't going to be out there. I might be at that 189 like, is Jody back? Like, Jody will put on some weight. He has. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll tell you what. I mean, if you played a full game, you might last longer than he has and get an injury report. I'll tell you that much.
That's very true.
Even with all the time off you had, that poor guy can't catch a break, man.
Listen, if I play a full game, I'll be on the injury report. I promise you that. So, tap me on in. What up, Neff? Look at everybody out here, man. Kevin Mars. Chiefs fan 1969. JD, let him play, coach. Come on, man. Put me in 14 personnel, JD. Yes, sir. All day.
Hey, Greg Rose says, don't forget your hammy, JD.
Well, I know. Look, I only need a little space, Marcus. That's all I need, a little space. I'm not trying to stretch the field. I'm not trying to run around. I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to score my man. And that right here, get these meat hooks in them. Ow! I got him. And look at my neck, a lot of extra pounds. It sure is. A lot of extra pounds. It's tackle eligible too now. Believe that. It's tackle eligible if you want to put it down. All right? So, get on that.
That's cool. Will ESPN be showing that? Well, because that's gonna be how long before kickoff do they do that?
So they said it's like 15 minutes before kickoff.
Okay,
maybe 30. I have no idea. This is something. They would say, "Hey, man, I would love to do it. Absolutely, it'd just be a great honor. Great honor."
Awesome.
So they had actually J.C. Pearson was supposed to, but then I called hey JD would, I would love to.
That's sweet.
Would love to. So
that's great, man.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll be watching. Hopefully we get film of this. If any of you guys are going to the game in the chat, let's get some film of JD on the field before the game. Gotta get footage of that.
You know how they do like the film of like the guy that doesn't get in a whole lot. They throw the ball to him and he's running down. Everybody's act like they tackling him. I want him. It's like just stiff arm a couple of guys and maybe run over somebody, spike it real good.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that'll be a good. That'll be a good time. So yeah, I can't wait to see. I didn't know you were doing that. Was that? Did you just find out about this?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I called and said I was going to be in town. Hey, perfect timing. Would you like to? Sure. Huh, absolutely.
That's
sweet. Love to. So.
You can be wearing the 89 Dunn jersey or no, you should be wearing.
I don't know, man. They give me a jersey and everything. So I'm just like, well, look.
That's great.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Yeah, I'm like, don't give me the Jody Force in 89. I ain't gonna be able to fit it there. We're going to rip the sides off.
Yeah. That'd be tight.
Yeah. Tight, little tight on me.
He's slender. He's a slender guy. Tall drink of water, that guy.
Yeah. Who's gonna be the drum honoree on Monday, JD? Do you know?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure.
Okay, Chairman Marcellus Osceola, Jr. of the Seminole tribe of Florida, will serve as this week's drum honoree.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's the theme. They're recognizing American Indian Heritage Month through all the events. Okay,
Beautiful. So I get to be a part of that. It's a great honor.
that's awesome. It's good, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So now we get to the betting portion of things. We got the keys to victory. So if you guys didn't get a chance to watch it, definitely go back and watch the beginning of the show because JD lays it all out for you. And I saw a comment in there. Someone said we stole John Gruden's thing. I don't know. Well, the Chief Concerns has been around a lot longer than John Gruden has had his podcast, which has only been
Yeah. First off, the crooked one. We've been talking about this for ages, have we, Marcus?
Yes, sir.
About putting this thing together. And so, actually, when we had put one on, Gruden had did at the same time. When I seen it, I was like, oh, look, John's doing one. So we didn't steal anything. John might have got it from us. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite frankly, no one's copying off someone using a whiteboard. Anyways, John Gruden and JD are, if you listen to both of them, very different tones of speech from both these guys. They both come at it from a different direction.
Oh, and look, John used to be my offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. So I know John really well.
That's right.
So crooked one, you sound a little crooked. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, y'all took it on John Gruden. No, we didn't. Shit, you think, hey, this right here, this is my room. This is my football office. I guess you don't know I'm a coach too. I guess he just doesn't know.
Yeah,
I just happened to put all these things up here just because I wanted to do this segment of it. He has no idea that I coached for 12 years, Mark. None. Zero. Zero clue. I am in my lab. I am down here in the dungeon. Okay? So
it is funny, JD. Someone commented on our video from our Wednesday show. We talked about the perfection, being perfect, going 7-0 to start the season out. A guy comments saying, I'm 66 years old. The Chiefs have never gone 6-0. This is the first time. I'm like, and he literally commented on the video segment where we're talking about how the 2003 team did it and the 2013 team did it. I'm like, how do people just comment on videos and they don't actually watch what's being? I know, man. It's like literally the thumbnail of the video is 2003, 2024, 2013, and it's literally perfection. We talk about all three of the teams, and it's like, how do you comment on a video and say something that's being discussed in the video? I don't understand.
You can't correct somebody who knows they're right. Just can't do it. I mean, you could do whatever. No, that's not true. It's not true. Okay. Hey, sir, I just happened to accomplish that. Yeah, I know. I don't believe you. Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. So I don't know, man. Crazy times, Marcus. Well, that's the times we in.
I know.
Facts and those things don't matter.
No, they do not. Not anymore, apparently.
Nah.
They can say what they want, and that's the truth, and that's it.
Opinion.
Mike Brandt, first things first, stole his Chief Concerns name. Yeah, they did. Yeah, technically, if we're going by the crooked one's logic, yep, for sure.
But guess what? Crooked one, keep coming back, man. Keep coming back. You still get the goodness from over here. Okay.
Sure.
You happen to go see Gruden. Hey, guess what? You'll still get the Chief Concerns one too from JD. All right.
Baby.
All of it's original. Believe me.
We'll get you on the straight path. Get it?
Yeah.
Crooked one.
Oh yeah, it's good. I like that. I didn't know where you're going with that. Greg Rose, we all give grace. Yeah. I know. I'm just busting chops here. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the bets. So so last week was kind of we didn't win, but it wasn't wasn't my follow up to my win the other week. But Teja went 4 for 5. It seems like whenever Teja misses, he's 4 for 5. And then I went 3 for 5. Actually, not bad. I thought I did worse than that when I was going over the bets today. But Teja kind of 5+ carries, boom. Madison under 40 yards, boom. Bowers over 59 receiving yards. Hunt over 16 carries easily. And then total points under 41.5. Did not happen. And then my Kareem Hunt, which we talked about on the show, JD, he had 60 yards. Then he gets tackled for a loss. Gets 59 yards for the game. Chiefs over 30.5 points.
I did not hit the Bowers one, Marcus.
You did not?
Bowers had 58.
No. Oh, wow. Okay, so 3 for 5. Jeez. All right.
I know.
Oh, man. Yeah, I really thought he had over that. But anyway, so 3 for 5. No, still a loss. At the end of the day,
It was probably 59 at one point. They did a little stat correction, magic, and took that a yard away.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Bowers should have had that. Not throwing him. Yeah, I knew, Brennan, you'd be all over that. Not throwing him more than 5 targets is criminal in that game.
Oh, absolutely.
That's. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I couldn't. That was one I didn't think I had a problem getting. That's funny. But even with that, 1 yard off with 5 targets.
So you got screwed by that. I got screwed by the Hunt, 60 yards by 1 yard. So 2 yards collectively, 2 bets. The Chiefs over 30.5 points. It should have been there. We should have had it. Didn't get it, obviously. Raiders under 20.5 points. They had 20. So slightly. That's why you buy the halves, people. Raiders had 20 points. It was 20.5. And then total points under 47.5. The game was 27-20. That's why you buy the half, people, under 47.5. Yeah. And then Mahomes, 2 passing touchdowns. So, yeah, I went 3 for 5. Teja went 3 for 5 last week. But I'm looking at my bets this week. You guys are going to love my bets. I think JD's going to love it. I think based when he sees the juice. I'm going back to my old ways. We got Baker and we got Patrick Mahomes. This is big. My bet is going to look like a Big 12 showdown. So I'm going to give you a preface. I'm going to preface my bet as that. But, yeah, I love my bets this week. I want to put like $100 on it, but I think I'll just sit for 25 for right now.
Witty Hall says, I guess she's responding to Greg Rose. Can't believe CC has so few subscribers. Sign if you haven't. Hey, man, listen, sometimes people, they don't know where all the goodness is, right? Sometimes you got to filter through all the mess and sometimes going to the old places where you've been getting some of your stuff. Maybe not the best places, right? But here you get the authentic guy. Yep. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. And so shoot some other people our way. But I love, Richie Hall says, I love that CC hasn't been flooded with noob bandwagon fans. And so, hey, we welcome them too. They'll learn something new and they'll be like, who's that guy? Jason? Hey, okay, you better check out. You better recognize who he is. So
you got to grab the mic on Monday, JD, and say subscribe to Chief Concerns and drop the mic when you hit off the field after you catch that pass.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And Mike, I think he had 4 carries going into that last drive. Yeah, I think he got 2 kneel downs on that. So you got 2 carries for that.
Wow.
So then you went at 6. You would have hit 6 too.
That's wild. So because we talked about that last week, the whole the kneel down being a carry.
Yep.
That's such a glitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's great though.
Appreciate all the love you guys give us. Chiefs Fan 969, absolute best Chiefs channel. Thank you for your efforts.
All love.
Appreciate everybody.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now let's get to making some money. Tasia, take it away with your 5-leg parlay for week 9.
Okay, so Otten 5 catches. So another week, another opposing tight end bet. If I had gone 5 catches last week, I would have hit it. I don't know if they offered that for Bowers. So I think he was like 6 or 7. I think he might have offered 5 at an alt line. Well, anyway, they've gotten us pretty good week in and week out. Ott has become the major winner with the Bucs injuries. He has 9 and 8 targets the last 2. I'm sorry, he has more than that. I think he has 9 and 8 catches the last 2 weeks. I think he has 10 targets the last 2 weeks. And I think with this becoming a passing game for the Bucs, I think we see 8 to 12 targets. I think it should be an easy game to hit his 5. I'd be shocked. The only reason why we got screwed last week is because we're dealing with Gardner Minshew. I think Baker will be able to sustain longer drives and just hit Otten nonstop. I mean, he was peppering him last week. I played against him. I should know. Mahomes 2 passing touchdowns. So the Bucs have given up at least 4 passing touchdowns in each of the last 3 out of the last 4. The only one he didn't get was Rattler, and I think we, after watching him play, we know why. But I just want Mahomes to get 2, half of that. Let's get a half of that. I think he'll get 3, but I don't have the cojones to bet on that. So I'm going to go with 2, which I believe is like even money anyway. I think it's like minus 115 for him to get 2. I'm going to. I just think it's there for the taking. We're a 9-point favorite. They think we're going to score a lot. I just think Mahomes has another back-to-back week of 2+ touchdowns, which I think starts a nice streak of his for the next few weeks. Like we talked about his over-under last week for the rest of the season. We got him in the 22 to 24 touchdown range. He's got to have a lot of 2-touchdown weeks coming up. White, 4 catches. So 5 catches and 6 catches the last 2 weeks. I think the spread being 9, this is going to turn into a passing game for the Bucs pretty early, and White will be the recipient of a lot of dump-offs, especially with them missing their short yardage specialist, Godwin. I just think he's going to be in there once the game gets a little out of hand. I think he probably has like 5-6 catches in this game. Bucky Irving, 22 yards. So Bucky has done this in every game this season. And he's had at least 9 carries in all but 1 game this season. So even if we blow them out by 9, which is the spread, I think they're in the game long enough for him to get at least 8 to 10 carries. We should just need him to get 3 yards per carry. We talked about last week, similar with Madison, in how he would need like 20 carries to beat his over-under, and I just didn't think he'd get a yards per carry based on what he's done in previous weeks, and then against us, which we only allow I think after that game, we probably allow a lot less. We probably average like 2.9 a carry to running backs. Bucky Irving's a lot more talented. Bucky Irving's legit running back. I think he does, now I wouldn't say break one against us, but I think he's got a double-digit carry against us in this game. I think he gets over 22. I probably think he gets over 32, but I'm just going to play it safe. Gray, 13+ receiving yards. So Gray has done this in all but 1 game this season. And he's done it in 5 straight. And he has at least 3 catches in at least 3 out of 4. Last 3 out of 4. I think he just needs to get 1 catch this game, but I think he'll get at least 2 to get in the 13 yards. I think this is pretty easy. I think he just, especially with all the guys we've had out, I think Mahomes just trusts him. And, I think Gray gets like 20 to 25 yards this week.
Okay. I actually like that bet. Auden 5+ receptions. Somebody said, any concern about Auden getting McDuffie in coverage, meaning like what KC shifted to versus Bowers? I don't think we see that as much. Auden is not on the same caliber as Bowers, to me. And so you see how much they line Bowers up outside. You see I went up and caught one over McDuffie. Auden don't have that ability to him, at least in my estimation. But 5+ receptions, I do believe that try to get the ball to him. Same like you said, Tage, you'll try to dump it off, get to the flat, 5-yard outs, over the football. Baker to do a whole lot of that. He'll have at least 3 receptions in the first half, I'm sure. So 5+ receptions, I definitely see him probably getting that. 5+, without a doubt, that's a good bet. Mahomes, 2+ passing touchdowns. I do like this. I had no idea they gave up. You said 3 out of the last 4 games?
Yep.
At least 4. So we got
it was crazy when because I've watched a lot of their games, but I didn't actually realize that until I started going through it. I was like, what, 4, 5, 4? I was like, whoa, that's wow.
Yeah. So I can see that 2+ passing yard touchdowns. Look, I have them getting over 30+ points. I have them over 30 points in this game. So I do believe a couple of them is going to come off passing. So I do like that bet. White 4+ receptions. I could. I know you were saying that check downs and whatnot. This may be a game for Bucky Irving to kind of put in. I think a lot of it is out getting the ball. That's a little question to me. 4+ receptions. How many have you been averaging?
Recently?
Yeah.
He's had 5 and 6 the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
overall. He's battled some injuries, but he's had 5, 6, 3, 2, 5, 1, 6.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
Some of those games. Some of those games they had Evans and Godwin. So, you're taking like 18 to 20 targets away from them.
Yeah. So, they got McMillan. See if he does anything. If they don't have him, man, shoot. But I don't know. That's a question to me. But that might be a good bet. I'll see it. Irvin, 22 plus rushing yards. He's a big guy, man, and he's a very talented back. I have him on my fantasy. And when I don't start him, I'm like, Dad, God, I should have had this. Yeah. And
me too.
Man, the Chiefs is, we've been destroying running backs. We've been holding them jokers in check. 22 yards. I think he can get 22 yards. Like you said, he might be somewhere around the 30 or whatnot. So the Chiefs will still destroying him. If you don't get 50, he's still destroying the guy. So I do believe 22. That's a good safe bet. Grade 13 plus receiving yards. This is probably my favorite bet right here. I actually like that one. I like that bet. And I do believe he'll have over 13 plus receiving yards. He's been doing it for us. He's been killing us. And so with that addition to D Hop and whatnot, he'll get open for a couple of sneaky catches. I think they starting to rely on him a whole lot, man. So I do like that bet as well. So that's $25 to win 313. Okay, all right, little change, little cha-ching coming through.
A bit,
yeah. All right.
You got some love in here, Teja. You got Greg Rose saying you should double down on this one, Tej. So
you're a big fan, huh?
You're a big fan of it, yeah.
I also think with us stopping the run, I think it's a way for teams to cheat getting their running backs involved with little dump offs. Bucks do it anyway. Bucks just love throwing to running backs. I mean, I think Bucky Irvin even averages like 3 or 4 catches a game.
Yeah, he does.
They just love throwing to the running backs.
Yeah.
And we have given up a lot of catches. I mean, Madison had 5 catches last week. 5 for, I think, 29. Way more successful doing that than he was running the ball. But you're still getting the ball in the hands of your running back, right? It's a cheap way to get your running back carry. Kamara had 6 for 40, another one. So, I think they're just going to try to get them the ball any way they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucky Irving is a guy I wanted us to draft. I mean, he went late 4th round pick. I still to this day have no idea, because if you watched any Bucky Irving's games at Oregon last year, you knew he was going to be a good pro. I have no idea how teams just let him go to late 4th round.
Too many running backs out there. It's a lot of talented running backs.
Yeah.
You see, they were weak. He gave Tucker carries. He just tore it up.
He was good in college too.
I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah.
Well, also too, man. They weren't really, and this is what I hate, because they haven't really been holding running backs in high regard. I think that's why they went away from him in college. Like, this guy might be. We could get a guy to come in here. Is he going to? Do we really need to draft a running back? We could just go get a guy from somewhere.
Yeah,
that's what I hate. But you start seeing the running backs starting coming back up. Saquon Barkley, Henry. Who's the third guy? They were saying 3 guys just like
Mixon's been tearing it up this year too.
Mixon, yep. Josh Jacobs been doing a decent job.
Yeah.
I agree, Brennan. I don't like taking the yards of these guys. I think White's going to have like a 5 for like 16 type day. He just gets it dumped and just gets tackled right away. So that's great for us. It's shorter drives, but we still hit our bets.
Yeah. All right. So my bet, we have 1 crossover, I believe.
Okay.
Kind of a crossover. You hinted at it in the beginning of it. So as I talked about, I said this is going to be a very vintage Mahomes game. This is going to be a Texas Tech Mahomes game. That's why we have the picture of Baker and Mahomes at Texas Tech versus Oklahoma game 2016 right there. Looking at the pregame, look at that little hug right there. I'm going full on with that. So my first bet is Mahomes over 275 passing yards. So Teja brought up the 3+ touchdown thing, which I'll get to that in a second. But this 4-game stretch, which you talked about in the show, how this 4-game stretch of the Buccaneers is amongst one of the worst stretches for a defense. Their offense is averaging 34 points a game, and they're the only team that's averaged that in the top 19 of scoring that has a losing record. and they're 1-3 in that period. So I have 275 passing yards. Of the last 4 games, Buccaneers have given up 275 plus in all of those games, in 3 of the 4 games, in the last 4 games. Spencer Rattler, Teja mentioned, he actually had a decent game, 243 passing yards in that game, so he came close to 275. But Kirk, 276. Lamar Jackson, 281. And Kirk Cousins, again, 509 yards. So all those guys have just thrown. I mean, like I said, they're like middle of the pack as far as run D, because no teams are running against them because everyone wants to throw the ball against them because they're just so leaky in the secondary. So, yeah, 275 passing yards from Mahomes. Mahomes has only done that twice this year. 2 of the 7 games he's done exceeded 275 yards. But the fact that Rattler came close, the fact that Cousins had 509, Cousins had 276, and Lamar had 281, I think Mahomes comes out and gives us Texas Tech type performance as far as passing the ball. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes, 3+ passing touchdowns. Like Teja said, those same 3 games I referred to with Kirk Cousins, Lamar, and Kirk 4 touchdowns, Lamar 5 passing touchdowns, Kirk Cousins 4 touchdowns. I mean, just wild. And it's the same 4-game streak of 3 of the last 4 games of allowing 275 plus passing yards and at least 4 touchdowns. I mean, just wild. But the only problem with this is it's Mahomes at 3 touchdowns. Mahomes has not thrown 3 passing touchdowns since October 22nd, 2023. So we're over a year now of Mahomes not throwing for 3 passing touchdowns in the game. So, like I said, I'm betting with this Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes, high-flying kind of game on the prime time. I know it's supposed to rain on Monday night, but I looked at kickoff, the rain will be stopped. So, probably a little damp field, a little mist. Secondary falling over a little bit, JD, a moist field. Secondary's tripping over their legs. I could see some wide open Xavier Worthy bombs on Monday. Next one, Chiefs over 26.5 points. So I'm kind of honing in the last 4 for the Buccaneers. If you look at the last 4 games, even including that Spencer Rattler Saints game, 31 Falcons, Baltimore 31, New Orleans 27, and then Atlanta 36. And Baltimore scored 41 points that game. Sorry, so it was more than 26.5. So those all 4 last games have exceeded 26.5 points, including the Saints with Spencer Rattler's first start. So I think this is easy. I know, JD, you had 30+ points for this team. I just went safer. I went 26.5 just to cover us if we don't get over the 30. But obviously, if I think Mahomes is going to have 3, I think we should have at least some 30 points in this game. But yeah, I just want to play it safe with the 26.5. So yeah. And then under 50.5 points. So looking at our 7 games this year, 6 of the 7 games have gone under 50.5 points this year. And I think this is going to be kind of game where, we just kind of, we score about 30 points, and I think we hold Buccaneers to under 14, which leads me to my next one, Tampa under 21.5 points. We have every team we've played has scored below 21.5 points, or no team has scored above 21.5 points besides the Cincinnati Bengals. That's the only team so far this year. So every team has not exceeded the 21.5 points besides the Bengals. So 6 of 7. But on the other hand, Bucks, they've scored more than they've exceeded that 6 of their 8 games. They've exceeded 21.5 points. But they also had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. This ain't the Bucks team from week 6. This is the Bucks team without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. That's a big deal.
Big deal.
So with all those, that's 25 smackaroos to win $650. The 3 touchdowns really pushes it up. And I have bonus bets too. Just looking at it, and when I do my research, I just found 2 other things that I liked. Mahomes over 20 yards rushing. They've allowed 5 of 8 quarterbacks to do that to them this year. And then Mahomes over 4.5 carries. They've allowed 4 of 8 quarterbacks have done that against them. So you're at a 50% margin for that in doing so. If you want to go with the Mahomes rushing the ball. So those are my bets, JD. What do you think?
Wow, man, I see you, man. Look, and that right there, that face all said, I'm going for it. That's what we're doing. So no more conservative, betting. You're going for it all. Now I love it, Marcus. I absolutely do. Okay, Mahomes 275 plus passing yards. We know their defense gives it up a lot. I think it depends on what the weather's going to be like. Passing the football. maybe getting the ball down the field. But I like it. It's, like you said, especially if you're attacking the corners and the safeties and whatnot, and then stop routes and whatnot, man, they'll slip up. We'll get a couple of broken tackles and get up the field. So Don Peterson, Worthy going to come alive. I hope so. I hope Worthy's going to break out, man, for a performance, his best game yet. That's what I'm looking for. So Don Peterson, I'm right there with you. 275. I could deal with that. I can deal with that. Now Mahomes 3+ passing touchdowns. A little questionable to me. I think the 2 is good. The 3 is definitely doable. I think if we get down to the red zone, we still going to hand the ball right here. Hand the ball off. Hand the ball off. Giving it to our line to redeem themselves, especially if it is raining. So we'll just have to see. 3+ passing touchdowns, question to me, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Chiefs over 26.5. I'm with that all day. I think it got us scoring 34, so I'm with that one, man. That's an easy bet. That's an easy bet for me. Total points under 50.5. I had the game at 34-17 at 51, Marcus, I think, is where we were for me. So the 50.5, and obviously our defense does a great job. If we do some great tackling, same thing. If it's raining, come up, we tackle immediately, get those guys down, get them off the field, like I said, for some of the keys to victory, get them off on third down, we'll be fine. And so I said we're trying to get a shutout. That's what we're trying to do. So I do like that. I'm going to go with that, Marcus. It's not bad. Good one. Tampa under 21.5 points. I'm there all day. Okay. Under 17, looking for a shutout. I am there. $25 win. 650 smackaroos. Goodness gracious. You going for it. Yes, sir. You going for it. Like, even against your guy Baker, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I like my guy, but I'm not blind when it comes to it. You don't have Mike Evans, you don't have Chris Godwin. You're going against the best defense in the league at Kansas City on Monday night. Yeah, I can't do that.
The first tough matchup for him, and you're selling, huh?
Yeah,
I am 100%. I am.
Yeah, burned his jersey and everything. Huh?
Yep. He's doing the Skip Bayless. The dramatic walk into the kitchen and open and then throw down the jersey.
A fun fact, too. I think I'm on a bit of a roll. So last night, that horrible Thursday night game, the Jets and Texans, I had a 7-pick parlay. I put $25 on that to win $1,000 last night. Very similar kind of bet with the over-unders with the scores. I had Jets over 19.5, Robert Woods over 1.5 catches, Garrett Wilson over 50 yards receiving, the total points to be under 46.5, which it did. Joe Mixon anytime touchdown, Joe Mixon over 75 yards rushing, and Texans under 21.5 points. All 7 of those hit for the for $1,000 on a $25 bet. So I'm on a bit of a heater right now, JD. I'm on a bit of a heater right now. I feel good about these bets.
Okay, shoot. I don't know, man. Hot hand, man. You might have to go with the hot hand. Shoot, that might have convinced me a little bit right there on that. But if I'm going between these two, okay, and I like all the bets. Like I said, for the 5 points receptions. I like what Teja was putting on Mahomes 2+ passing touchdowns. Absolutely. White 4+ receptions. We said 2 of the last 3. Irvin 22+ receiving yards, or rushing yards. I'm sorry. A great 13+ receiving yards. All look good, like good bets. Then we go to Marcus. Marcus sitting there saying, like, hey, man, I have a hot hand the last bit. I just put $1,000 in my pocket. You feel good about it against even Baker. So you betting against your guy and you feel good about it. So, hey, that might mean something. Mahomes 275+ passing. Feel good about Mahomes 3+ passing touchdowns. A little questionable for me. Chiefs over 26.5. I like it. Total points under 50.5. I could take it. Tampa under 20.5 points. With this week, I lied, man, 25 for 650. This week, I'm looking at this. Marcus having a hot hand, $1,000 put in your pocket. Get your guy Baker. I love it. But this week, man, I'm about to go with Teja on this one. Okay, I'm going to go with Teja on this one. Right? And a lot of it is just the rain. We don't know what it's going to be like. The weather could be anything. It seems like it's going to be very windy too, from what I understand. So it's not a bad bet. It's not a bad bet, but I will put my money on that one too, Marcus. What you got? I will put 25 on that as well. So that'll cover that bet and then some.
Another one trend against the Bucks with all this passing barrage, tight end. So the last 5 games for them, Kyle Pitts, 4 catches, 90 yards, 2 TDs. Mark Andrews, 4 catches, 40 yards, 2 TDs. Even Foster Moreau at 2 for 54. Juwan Johnson, same game, at 3 for 48 off 2 and 3 targets. So efficient. Previous game, Kyle Pitts, 7 for 88. Previous game, Dallas Goedert, 7 for 62. So tight ends are eating against the Bucks. I mean, hey, when you're giving up 18 touchdowns a game, yeah, I mean, one of them is probably going to be the tight end. So 2 weeks in a row, Kelsey TD.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's not bad. So if Bucks D is hurt, and those young DBs got rubbed and left 2 touchdowns wide open on blown covers last week. Yep.
I mean, Marcus, if you're taking 3 TDs in your bet, I mean, 3 TDs, what would the odds be on Kelsey catching one of those? Like the 70s, right?
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, for one of your bets, not this one, another one, I would just toss in Kelsey touchdown in there if you're going to take that. That will make this go up a lot too.
Oh yeah. I was also waiting because when I was doing it earlier, Kareem Hunt was not listed on anything. We had no running back listed. I would have done a Kareem Hunt bet, but he wasn't listed. I do think he'll have some rushing touchdown. I think. And initially I had over 30.5 points, but I looked. I was like, okay, yeah, I know Falcons did it. I know the Ravens did it. Those 3 to 4, but I'm scared about us not scoring 30 and us getting 28 points and me not winning my bet because we didn't score a field goal. So I went with the 26.5.
So let me ask you. So why would they not have like a Kareem Hunt bet on there? Somebody who's prominent to what you do offensively.
I'm gonna guess based on because he was questionable up until like 2:00 today, and then they took him off the injury report. Yeah. But I checked back again back an hour ago to see if he was there, but he still wasn't there.
He still wasn't there,
and Hopkins wasn't there either, which is interesting.
Yeah, why is that? He's not on the injury report, I don't think.
I don't know.
Because I mean, I would even take a Hopkins bet at this point against a team that's just like getting eaten alive. This is the kind of game to let Hopkins like run wild.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt rushing touchdown was there, but no rushing yards, no carries, no receiving.
Weird.
Nothing. I'm
gonna look right now, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably do this one, and I'll probably do 2 like separate ones, and I'll probably throw Kelsey one in there and probably throw Hopkins one in there.
Yeah. But yeah, you got the young guys like Sasha says here. I mean, that's been their issue. They have a lot of young guys, and Winfield didn't miss a few games. Winfield's back in the injury report for them. That's not a good thing for them at all. Especially when your secondary's been being leaky all season, especially the last 4 games. Not good at all.
Yeah.
And you get right spot for Mahomes.
Well, like I said, man, I'm looking for these jokers, man. Light it up this week. Light it up and hold them down. Be a great week for it.
Yep.
Good game to go them too. Like they don't. I mean, the games they've been in it. They don't go crazy running the ball. They switch to the pass so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because they were in all 4 of these like shootouts. They were in them, but Bucky Irving 9 carries, Rachaad White 6 carries.
The Saints game, they ran the ball a lot in that game.
Yes, Rachaad White, the Baltimore, they were winning that game at first. Even if Baltimore came in and scored 17 unanswered, you just abandon the run. I mean, Rachaad White 10 carries, Bucky Irving 9 carries. It's just not a lot. And then the other Falcon game, or the other game they ran 14 and 14. That was a lot. They blew them out, though. I'm talking about games that are competitive where they're not blowing the team out, but it's just a back and forth affair. It seems like they get really carried away going to the pass really quickly. The other Falcons game, the OT game, 10 carries and 9 carries from your leading carry. I mean, that's just it's not enough, man.
You talking about, was that the first Falcons game or the last one?
That was the first one.
Okay. So I mean, push the ball down the field because you still got your 2 receivers. I mean, I would. I mean, shoot, I'm making sure I'm gonna try to air it out. This last game, how many carries did they have? The last game,
9 and 6. Those 2 guys. I don't know. It looks weird. And even the game where they beat the Eagles by 17 points.
Well,
10
I will say
10 carries that game.
Last week against Atlanta, they got down pretty early. I mean, Kyle Pitts had a bomb like the first moment of that game. So they got down pretty early in that game. They had to pretty much fight back all throughout that game.
No.
Uh-oh. Baker got Teja buffering.
Teja got pissed off with that when he left. He thought, what?
Baker
got him buffering.
That was a back and forth game. It was 7-7 in the first quarter, 17-10. It was 24-17 at halftime, and then Atlanta scored 7. There's no reason you abandon your run that early. No.
It's the Bake Show, dude. You know, anything goes in the Bake Show.
And then in the game they beat the Eagles by 17. You're 20 carries from your top 2 running backs. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's because they see those short passing games as basically handoffs. They love getting little dump offs to their guys. I might even do a rage quit. I might even do a was I like mid sentence when I got booted off here, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I was like, what? Oh man. Yeah, I might even take a couple White and Bucky Irving catches.
Yeah. Not that wouldn't be bad at all. I think Rashad White's on the injury report. Sasha pointed that out earlier.
Yeah, but he's been on the injury report for the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Mike Brennan said rage quit.
It's I mean, we're midway through the season, man. Most guys they should be on the injury report or they are on the injury report. So it's like,
yeah. Cream out to the injury report every week up until Friday, then he's good to go. All of a sudden he's healthy. He gets through the week without practicing, and he's good after that.
Yeah, the old Steve McNair. Don't practice all week and just play all game, baby.
These little nicks, you know. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And of course, you know, Saturday you still got a couple of days to get these guys back ready. I mean, really 3 almost, because you got all day Monday too. So you got Saturday, Sunday, all day Monday. These guys, those guys will be ready. They'll definitely be ready.
Yeah. And more time for D-Hop to learn the playbook too. So that also gives him, have an extra day.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, that does it for us. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. We hope everyone enjoyed JD's Keys to Victory. If you didn't get the chance to look at that, go to the beginning of the episode and watch that. And then hopefully you guys enjoyed our bets and our insight for this week's same game parlays for the Monday night game. But JD, we are excited to see you on the field Monday. I hope they show it on ESPN. If not, I hope someone who goes to the game gets some film of you out on the field, JD. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, the Chiefs will have a couple of pictures and stuff. I'll make sure they'll share it and send it to me, put it out there. So we'll enjoy the time, man. We'll enjoy the time. So we'll bring our raincoats if we need to, but it'd be great just to get back out on the field, catching the football, especially for such a wonderful foundational organization doing it for. But we'll be on the sideline too. It's going to be a good time, man. It'll be a great time. So, hey, I said y'all send me somewhere as far as the people out here, places where I could go get me some good barbecue for tailgating. I know as far as like places to go get barbecue, I want to go tailgate and go, mess with a couple of folks, see them a little bit before the game. So, be good. Send it to me. Let me know. All right. But Witchy Hall, much love to you too, Maria Trainer. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good seeing you as well. Andrew Shanat, thank you so much for being here. Sasha, good times as well. Telling that Chiefs fan 1969. Thank you so much. Kevin Mars, Mike Brennan, Greg Rose, Gentlemen, appreciate you so much. Neff, good seeing you. Love you. Janae Rains, good seeing you as well, too. Let me see. Who else we got on here? Don Peterson, good seeing you as well. So enjoy y'all coming out here. Come seeing us. Watch me run my mouth a little bit. Hey, the Dash brothers got the money. They got it lined up, okay? Y'all want to win some dough, the Dash and Dash, they got you together, okay? So we're going to dash and put that money together. John Clifford, thank you so much for coming out as well. Let me see. Hey, like I always say, if I get to tell your name, we appreciate you, David Reed. I see you out here, Chief in 1969, Aaron Nava, all you guys. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Love you, Marcus Tage. Y'all be good. I will see y'all Monday. Maybe I get on the show, maybe toward the end or something like that. And maybe from the building or something.
Yeah. We'll be texting to see if you'll be able to make it on there post game and stuff. And it'll be a good time.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see you guys Monday night after the game. You can find us right on Bleacher Report. If you guys can't make it to Bleacher Report, we'll have this video on YouTube so you guys can watch our post game reaction. Love you guys. Hope everybody enjoys your weekend, and we'll see you guys Monday night.
All right.
Take it easy, everybody.
Love y'all.
Good. Love
Safe
you.
travels, JD. Safe travels, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good time.
Always. Yes, sir.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Later on.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.